Hey, my name is Kyle Whitcroft, and I've had an amazing opportunity to meet with the Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina, Bauer. I've asked him a few questions about life, money, and things he did to succeed in life. Let's take a look.
The Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina has multiple jobs. Number one is to be the President of the South Carolina Senate. He'll preside over the Senate when they're in session. But secondly, what have really put duties in the Lieutenant Governor's office is running the Office on Aging. It's a $40 million agency. It handles anything from Meals on Wheels to transportation to nursing home investigations. We get over $30 million from the federal government, and then the rest of our funding comes from state funding, but I basically oversee the Office on Aging. No, I had no interest in politics. At 20, I wanted to run a business. I knew I wanted to work for myself. I was actually already running a business in college. In 1996, I got aggravated with politics, the way it was affecting my business. It just seemed like there was more bureaucracy every time I turned around. Government continuing to tax me more, and I got real frustrated and decided to run really just to set a statement. Then I actually won. I wanted financial independence at 20. Like all people, I dreamed of being able to live a lifestyle better than I currently was. And so I was focused on working all the time. I was running 3 businesses in my early 20s and was juggling a lot, but things were rocking along pretty good, and life was good. There will be plenty of naysayers, whether it was when I ran for politics, and I've run 11 times. Not once have I been deemed the front runner. I've always been the underdog. Whether it was in business and people said, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. I was able to channel naysayers into just positive drive. All it did was encourage me. The more that they said it couldn't be done, the more it just inspired me to prove them wrong. Yeah, and it didn't happen overnight, but I continued. I knew what I wanted, and so I still to this day, I'll ride by nicer neighborhoods than I live in and look at nicer houses. I'll ride by car dealerships and look at cars that are nicer than what I have, and I may not want all those things, but I'd like to have the opportunity for nobody to tell me, for anybody to stop me from having anything I want to be able to achieve, whether it's a freedom not to have to work anymore, whether it's nicer things in life, or the opportunity to provide for kids someday. I hope I have children that I'll be able to take care of, and I'll be able to give them whatever I want. So it's a multitude of options, but it all lies within decisions we make now and sacrifices we want to make. My parents got divorced when I was 10 or 11. It was, a difficult thing on a young person. Most recently, I had a plane crash. I lost the primary. I was 4 months. I couldn't walk, couldn't care for myself, and most people thought that the election was over and I was done. That being said, they can be overcome. Sometimes it's a little more difficult to get out of the bed, but it just depends on how much you can motivate yourself or how much you surround yourself by people that will motivate you. I don't see myself in politics.
Okay.
I would think by then, hopefully a family, hopefully enjoying. I'd like to be retired by then. I hope that I can, my idea of retirement means I'll still be doing deals and even doing things in the business world or real estate market or something, but having the freedom to travel more and to spend more time with family and friends. I don't want to work forever. I want to be able to enjoy it. I have zero interest in running for president. They should buy a house.
Buy a house, all right.
There's a lot of opportunities out there for first-time home buyers. Now it's the best time to buy a house there's probably ever been. You can buy a house and you can rent it out to your college friends. They can make the whole payment. You will never have to make the payment. You got somebody else building equity for you immediately. You're going to be at the university for at least 4 years. And if you can't buy one by yourself, team up. Get 2 folks to buy one together. What I would suggest people do is pay for your home. Okay. Then you have an asset that you can always tap if you need to get money out of it. But you also have a peace of mind knowing that your home is paid for. Suck it up, make the payments, drive a cheaper car. And also say, buy a home early. You should listen to lots of people, and then from that, decide who is leading the lifestyle that you agree with, who came from some similar background, or who has done what you would like to do. Don't listen to any one person. I'm a big health nut, but I've listened to Tony Robbins, his health advice. I've listened to lots of them. I've read Robert Trudeau's book, I believe is what his name is, Kevin Trudeau. And I formulate all their different opinions, and then I say, where's a common theme here?
Right.
If there's some outlandish things, I usually discount those, but if there's a common theme among all of them, then I say, you know what? All of them's research has led them back to doing this is healthy for me, so I'm going to do those kind of things. Same thing with people that make money. If some of them had a common thing, well, then that's probably the way I want to go as to things to do for business. But I'd ask lots of people who you deem people of wisdom that have done something that you'd like to do similar, and then go that route. I don't know that I'd be listening to a bunch of NBA stars to tell me how to do my financial investing, and I don't know that I'd listen for financial investors to tell me how to get to where I could jump the highest. You know, I mean, go to people who specialize in their field. There's a lot of truth in that. There's also a lot of truth in the fact that the more money you have, if you make good decisions, you can retire a lot of the problems you have. You could actually make enough money to pay off all your debt, live within your means, and not. The problem is that most people, the more money they make, the more money they spend.
Right.
That shouldn't always be the case. The more money you make, it should give you financial independence. We're in budget saving mode. Facebook and MySpace allow me to contact people for free. Okay. We're also Twittering. It allows me the vehicle to contact people for relatively no cost. Do I get a vote?
You get a vote.
I do.
youngandfreesc.com, and it'll have the top 3 applicants, and at that point you can place a vote.
I'm going to tell you what, you do. And the reason somebody would say, what about the other folks? They can come see me. Since you're the only one that asked, yes, you've got my vote.
Andre sure did have a lot to share with us, and we can take a lot of what he said and apply it to our life. We can overcome challenges and learn how to spend our money a little more wisely. It'll help us live a life simplified.